Oh! Oh! Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, Jesus!
It's a mort sandwich in the taco man.
November 8 and 5 this year, Mike. Connect SoCal departure. See you later.
Over departure, have a good one. Hey, departure, Mike.
Green, green, green.
And we're off.
Ooh, it's gonna feel like
Oh, Jesus! Sweet Jesus!
Oh, dude, it's a price on it! Ow!
Still next to you, still next to you. Still no. Oh, yeah, you're clear, you're clear.
holy shit, that was like John Rambo.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
I think this warrants a recording.
Wow.
Hey guys, Motorsport 666 here, and we're gonna have a let's play. We're in Motorsport Manager here. We're gonna start ourselves a new career, and gonna do something I haven't actually done before. So I'm gonna turn the tutorials off. Session length, I'm just gonna go for short because I don't really want to spend huge amounts of time actually in the race. Date format, happy with that. US dollars and auto save is on. So let's continue on to the next page. This is where things start getting a little bit more interesting. We get a few more choices. So pop my name in here. 5th of the 8th, 87 sounds good to me. And Australasia, Australia, obviously. Now, here we got a couple of choices. We got our ex-driver, ex-engineer, and financial, and Politico, and unknown. So, a couple of things. I haven't actually tried the ex-driver before, but I'm not really interested in it. You get the driver stat improvement rate increased, which I think will help out in the long term. And the feedback rating is great, but not sure. So you got your part design here with the ex-engineer. Biggest one I like is this financial here. You save yourself 5% per payment on everything across the board. So it's a big deal. So I'm gonna go with the male. Skin tone. Have a bit of color, not too much. Let's have a look at the hairstyles. Oh, God, no. Either 9, 8, maybe. I think I'm going to go for 9, to be honest. Bit of hair. And naturally, being a redhead, I have to go red hair. Get ourselves a nice beard. Fleshed out beard and no glasses. Alright, let's continue on from here. Now, we're going to create our own team. Something I haven't done before, so should be pretty exciting to try it out. And we're going to go with the GT Challenge. We got that the other day. I thought I'd give it a try out. Haven't done it before, so it should be interesting. See how we go. Okay, so here we are, loaded in. We've got our team. We're going to choose where we're going to come from. I think we've got to obviously come from Australia again. If I actually choose the Australasian Australia. Okay, so Modified GT Racing. I'm happy with that. That's just a default name that it comes up with. Logos. Here we go. Now this is a choice that should be fairly important because you're going to have to stare at that for you. Trying to think. I like Style 5 actually. And 6. Go through, have a look. 11's not bad as well. 12. I'm actually thinking, going back here, Style 6 or Style 11. I think I prefer Style 6. Just nice, simplistic. Primary color, we're going to make that a bit more of a bolder red. Black color. Secondary, I think we're happy with a white. Let's go a nice clean white. That looks good. I'm happy with that. Alright, team uniforms. Don't want to spend too much time on this sort of stuff. I think I like Style 2. That's good. And Style 3 on the hats, maybe. Main one that's sticking out to me at the moment. There's actually a fair few style of hats, so yeah, let's go with Style 3. I Where is it? There, that one there. Simple. We'll get those same colors again. Okay, so that's that. Car livery. Now, this is where it's an important one. We can change it up as the seasons progress and each year. But, again, we're going to be looking at... Ooh, car 7 looks nice. I like car 7. That's actually quite good. Let's see what else we got here. 11's nice. 12 is nice as well. When I say 7, 12, was it 13? No, it was a little... Although, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the faded colours there, so what's the... no, let's have a look at 7's. Yeah, I think 7's a go, so we'll get our nice red here. Tertiary, I think we go with a dark black on that one. There we go. Look at that. That's vibrant now. Secondary, I think we get our clean white. And I'm happy with that grey in between. I think that came out pretty good. All right, so light sponsors are going to be white. Dark sponsors are going to be black. I think that will come up nicely. Most of them will be dark sponsors. Yeah, I think that should be good. Let's yes, we're confirmed. All right, here we go. So, investment offers here. These banks are interested in funding a brand new motorsport team, and they want to head up the entire operation. Okay, so we need to keep them happy, obviously. So we got Root Investments, a young growing hedge fund. Root Investments clients include various motorsports experts who are enthusiastic about everything on four wheels. They give us a nice chassis for our first season and a small starting financial package. Low pressure. Nothing really that crash on that stands out for me. Stonewall Banks. Stonewall Banks is one of the bigger banks in Europe and will be expecting big things. They recently acquired a PR agency, which will heighten awareness of your team, allowing you to sign better sponsorship deals. That's actually going to be really nice. So 40% team marketability and a medium starting financial package. I'm really liking the look of that at the moment. Medium pressure, bit of a challenge. And then we've got Golden Tigers links with a construction company. It will allow your HQ to start with a particularly expensive building. So we get the test track and a large starting financial package with pressure high. To be honest, I like the look of Stonewall here, so I'm going to accept their offer and let's load in. There we go, Modified GT Racing. Let's get this underway. Okay, so here we are. We've loaded into our team for the first time. Got a couple of things we need to go through. So just our home screen. Nothing really to report here. Our first event is at Vancouver, so we'll have to look at that eventually. We are pretty easy going at the moment. We could apply for a new job, but obviously we're not going to do that. Our job is secure and everything like that, so that looks fine. So now, here's our big choices. We'll have a look at our mail. So we've got Thomas Winthorpe here. Didn't think you'd just be handed the reins without any oversight, did you? Your investors have asked me to keep an eye on how things are progressing. I'll be acting as your chairman, and I have the powers to remove you from your job if things aren't, shall we say, going to plan. Well, Thomas, I thank you for your oversight, and I look forward to seeing how this season goes. So, Evelyn Acaster here. She is our assistant. She's overly excited to be assistant here. This wonderful new adventure. Just saying that I work for Modified GT and Racing gives me immense pleasure, I can assure you. I'll be around to update you with everything from around the team. For now, it might be an idea to start signing some sponsorship deals and looking around for some driving talent. Driving talent, I think, is going to be a big thing. Alright, so here we go. Our first season, what are we going to challenge ourselves with? So we got, we can go for 10th place, which will give us 6.3 million, or 8th place, which will give us 7.56 million. So for the extra, almost 1.3 million, almost 1.26 million, we got to find 2 spots. I think that's going to be a pretty tall order, just because I don't know what our team is going to be like initially and what our car and HQ and everything is. So I think a 10th place initially for our first season, we'll just punch us through, try get a good season under our belt, and then take it from there. Our drivers are awful. Our designer is awful. Our mechanics are awful. You need to get hiring fast. Okay, so that's obviously priority number 1. Find some actual staff we need. We've got ERS here, which is a new one. I haven't actually had a try of this, so could be exciting. Some different aspects of the racing and 3-stage qualifying. Oh, wow. Okay. Haven't actually had a go at this either. I didn't actually get out of the Euro series in the F1, so this should be a bit of fun. So got that. So, okay. First things first, let's go to the scouting department. Actually, before I do that, let's actually have a look at what our staffing is. We've got Rosa Zavarezi as our lead designer, Joel Bacchus as one race mechanic, and Valerio Silva as our other one. So, what are our drivers like? Arturo Casino and Bill Lehane. So, Dursing and Axela Lepic as our reserve. So, we're going to have a look. So, let's go to some scouting. We get drivers. We'll focus on GT series. I like to focus on young talent. So, let's have a look. So, scroll down by age. And here we go. Angela Cassini, cost per race. Ooh, she's got a bit of a thing. She's in international, so we'll have a scout of her. Bruno Gabriel, 17. Similar sort of price range. He's actually got a shorter contract too, so we'll scout him as well. Chica Balcazar. Ooh, that's going to be way too much. So a lot of these prices are going to be a bit too high initially. Vanessa Silvera, she's uncontracted at the moment, so we'll scout her and see what she ends up panning out to look like. Amy McLeod here. Again, another potential 90,000 per race. That could be a bit high initially. We don't want to overextend, so I'll just leave there for the moment. Shen Kui. Now, Shen I have used in the past, and she tends to be quite good. A lot of driver improvability. Not too expensive, so we'll scout her. And then we got Leonzio Farah. She's a... I don't know if that's a guy or a girl, to be honest, but... Leonzio. I'm not sure if that's a male or female name. It could be both, to be honest. So we'll scout them. Prices are a bit high again, so here we go. Katie Linares. No, I know Katie. I'm not interested in scouting Katie at all. So Nevada Melado, 20 years old, has some potential for being decent. Not too expensive, so we'll scout Nevada. And we'll have a look at Christian West here. Starting to get a little bit older now, so drivers are a bit more established. I like to look at young drivers and try to build them up. Alright, so we've got some drivers scouting out. Gonna have to wait a bit before we actually make a choice on which drivers we want. So let's get some designers. All age group designers. And let's put them cost per race. So we want to look at someone that's not going to cost us too much. But look at this. These empty stars here. Their improvability. So we got Philip Wolf here. 48 years old. So he's potential that he might be retiring soon. So that could be Mariana Romero. She's only cost 17,000 per race. 84,000 to break her contract. She's not too bad. She's 1.5 star at the moment, but she's potential for pushing up to 4 stars. So that's pretty good. Gia Ren, again another 2-star potential, pushing up to 3.5. Interesting predicament. Callum Hamilton, $89,000 per race, but could go up to a 5-star. I think they might be pushing our budget a little too much early on. We don't want to go overstretching, so I think for our initial contact, we have a look at Mariana Romero. Not that great at the moment, but got some potential for growth in her. Shouldn't cost too much. So let's approach designer. She is interested in having a conversation. Let's see what we got. Wages are fairly important to me. So she's currently earning 17,000. So we're going to have to increase on that. We could go to, let's say, I want to go for 20,000 initially. There's a couple thousand more than what she's currently earning. She'd like a long contract. I'm fine with giving her a long contract. We'll do an even split on the payout for a clause. She would like a nice signing on fee, so considering we're saving herself a little bit of money by splitting the buyout, we could do that, and then actually let's do that, because then she pays for 84,000. We save ourselves a whole pile of money, and we can give her a nice bonus. She should be nice and happy about that. Hopefully she's not too upset about that. Although, let's do it that much, just so that we've got a bit more room for flexibility. Bonus size isn't very important. Bonus size isn't very important. So I think we leave it like that. That looks fairly good to me. So let's send her proposal. We'll go back to scouting. Now let's have a look at some race mechanics. Again, let's start off. Again, we want to look at people with improvability, so that we've got options down the track for getting some more out of them. Initial scroll through, we got Rachel McAndrew here, 42 though, so she's potential that she might be retiring soon. But got 2 stars potential growth in her, so not too bad. So could be interesting to approach her. Johnny Jenkinson, actually, that looks interesting. Quite a young guy. He's got a little bit of improvability, 1.5 stars. Not going to cost us too much per race. A little bit to break his contract. So let's approach Johnny. He is interested in having a conversation and see what he's got. So wages aren't very important to me. He's on 19,000. I think we're going to have to at least match that, or go a little bit longer. He'd like a long contract. He doesn't mind who pays by a clause, so we'll give him that. We will give him a bit of a signing on fee. Let's go for 12,000, or how long? Yeah, go for 12,000. That should hopefully thing. He's not interested in any sort of bonuses is the word I'm looking for. So we'll send you a proposal, and then we'll go one more. We need one more race mechanics. So having a look here, we've already approached Johnny. Rachel McAndrews, Ellen McBride actually doesn't look too shabby. She's just a little less stars growth in terms of Rachel. Same price and that, but she is slightly younger. So, although Nicole Ferraggio, that's actually not a bad. Although she's pretty much the same as this one is. So there's a lot of guys around the 21, 22. I think we got Ellen McBride here. Let's approach her and see what she's going to do. So she's not interested. Never mind. All right, so we go back and we'll have a talk to Nicole. See what Nicole is interested. She's interested in having a conversation. Let's see what we got. Wages aren't very important to me, so let's actually match her current wage. Maybe a little bit more. So she'd like a long contract again. We'll bonus in, and we'll give her a signing on bonus for coming over. We'll go for 10,500, and then we'll see what she thinks of that. So that's the staffing done. So we got some scouting going for drivers, finances. We've spent, oh wow, cost per race $1 million. So we're gonna have to be careful of that. We have no sponsorship offers at the moment. One thing I do want to have a quick look at is our HQ. So we've got new buildings. We can put in forecasting, scouting, and staffing center at this point. few different ones. I do like to get a forecasting center fairly early on, just because it makes managing the races so much easier, but we'll have a look at upgrading. We could go to design center level 2. I don't think that's going to give us a huge bonus. Factory level 2, that is definitely something that will give us a long-term bonus. So let's upgrade that. And it will increase our cost per race, but look at all the things that unlocks ability to unlock. So start building that. We do save ourselves 400,000 by having that financial. Onto the car. Let's have a look. So we're not going to design any new parts at the moment. Mostly we want to actually, the reliability on everything looks not too bad, but the performance is shonky to say the least. So we're going to have to start getting some work on that. So let's have a look. Base cost 150,000 time new days. I wouldn't mind building a new parts, but I think we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. Alright, let's hit continue and see what happens. So we're going to have first contract proposal from Mariana coming up. See what she has to say. So she has accepted our offer, so that's fantastic. That's our lead engineer done, so let's sign her on. Only slightly better than our current engineer, but she will improve greatly. So it will cost us a little bit of money to get her signed on, but that's a good start. Look at the growth potential in her. That's fantastic. Any other mail to look at? The signing of Mariana Romero. Fantastic. All right, let's have a look. Oh, we've got our first interview request. Let's have a look. Accept interview. Well, you've certainly picked a tough task for your first job. Are you expecting to pick up many points at all this season? We're going to surprise a few people this year. Mark my words, points are definitely on the card. I think that's a good answer. I'm quietly confident that we'll manage a few decent finishes, but I'm making no promises. It'll be a struggle, there's no denying it. Winning a few points would be wonderful and would make such a difference to our budget. I like that one. Both of our drivers didn't like it, but our chairman did, so that's fine by me, to be honest. You two aren't going to last very long. Arturo Casino, Simulator fan, is top driver. Do you agree with that, or would you say Bill Lehan is better? I'm just going to play neutral. I don't really want to piss them off initially, so I'm going to say I'm lucky enough to have inherited 2 great drivers, and I can't wait to see them race. In the Motor Racing Magazine season preview, God, I can't speak. I wrote that you expected to finish 10th in the team's championship. Is that accurate, or do you think you do better? I think we'll do better. I can promise you that. Again, boosts the happiness of our chairman, so that's good. Your financial skills aren't in doubt, but some pundits are skeptical about whether or not you belong in the world of motorsport. What would you say to that? They're foolish to question me. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't good enough, and I can't wait to prove everybody wrong. I understand their concerns, or I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. No, I'm going to come in and I'm going to look at that. Nice boost to marketability. So overall, we lost a little bit to our drivers' happiness, but we got our chairman and our marketability up. So that's a good interview in my books. All right, Nicole, contract. She has accepted. So that's fantastic. That's one race mechanic on. We will sign you, and we'll put you in the Johnny Jenkins, and I can't remember what he's yeah, okay, so Nicole is going to be in the race mechanic 1 slot, and we're going to lock her in. $9,500, that's our bonus, so that's not bad, so let's lock that in. Alright, that's a race mechanic hire. Just waiting on Johnny Jenkinson to let us know what he thinks of his. And yes, we're happy, so let's push on. And Johnny, here we go. He's accepted our offer too, so this just actually worked out pretty straightforward, to be honest. Been generous enough to get just get them on happy to start with. a little better situation than what they previously were in, and they're more than happy to come on. So we've got ourselves a new race, our lead designer, and 2 new mechanics waiting on scoutings for our drivers. So Johnny Jenkinson has signed up. Let's have a look at this scouting. Still got a bit of time before we're going to start seeing some scouting reports come in. And we're going to push on. Here we go. We're coming up on our first race weekend. So what factory staff are idle. We should actually get something going here. The performance on everything is shonky, to say the least. That's just reality. Oh, we have our first sponsorship offer. Shaken Airways. I wasn't sure if there was a queue there for a moment. Chic Airways, they were upfront payment of $450,000 with a bonus per race of $85,000. So that's not a bad little starting price. We don't want to spend too much more. They're asking for a telemetry center. His bag's going to retire. I don't care. And actually, do we get? Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. So, brief report for this weekend. There'll be a 17 lap race. Lap length is 2.75 miles and 126.086. 40% chance of rain. Average speed. Good suspension. So we want to make sure we get those corners right. All right. So let's go in. Hit our first practice session. Parts are all fitted, so let's get out there and have a crack. Okay, here we are. So we've loaded into our first race. We've still got our default drivers, so I'm just going to send out our 2 primary drivers, get out there and have a look. So let's change some setups. Now this one, I haven't actually, that's interesting. So rather than downforce, we have the weight ballast. Alright, so he's looking for some low speed cornering. So we'll put the ballast towards the front. Oh, excuse me. We'll put the tyre pressures up a bit, give him a bit more handling. See if we can. You don't mind the oversteer. Gear ratio. I think we might want to go slightly shorter. Suspension stiffness. We'll leave that about there. Tyre choice. There's super soft and ultra soft. I think we'll send them out on the super soft initially. I don't want to burn through our ultras straight off the bat. Similar thing. So let's put the ballast a bit towards the front. Tire pressures can go down. Gear ratio, let's go slightly shorter, and we're going to stiffen up the suspension, get a bit more understeer for Lane here. Alright, let's go out, and we've got the same tyres on. Alright. And we'll take practice, and let's see what we got. So, send you out with stint, we'll go for 12 laps. That's interesting. Alright, so we can go out on qualifying trim or race trim. Let's go out on race trim. Send you out for 12 laps. Tyre choice, first one, that looks good. Send you out. Not getting any rain for this practice session, so that's a good start. Stint, let's go with race trim again, 12 laps, and the same tyres. Alright. Speed it up, and let's get through this practice session. So, starting our first flying lap, and Lehane is loving the handling. That's good to hear, mate. Just going to leave him on default. Really happy with the gear ratios. Alright, that's good to hear too. So we've got happy handling and happy gear ratios so far. Don't expect any sort of record-breaking laps from these guys, especially considering they're in race trim. I think we're concentrating too much on low speed corners, so he wants a bit more high speed cornering. So we'll see how that goes. Great balance between high and low speed. So let's bring Lehane in. Let's have give him one more lap out there. We'll switch it up his high speed and low speed cornering a bit. He wants a bit more towards a high speed. bring you in too, and we'll have a look at how you're going with your setup after this. So his handling is excellent. That's good to see. So handling is excellent. He wants a bit more high-speed cornering. So if we do that one, then make some tweaks here to try and keep that as much as possible. Speed balance, I think we should maybe, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Stint, again, we'll go for a 12 laps. Not going to get through it, but we'll see on race trim again. So, send you out, same tyres, will be fine. And yeah, Casino, he's looking for improvements in the handling at the moment, so that's fine by me. We are dead last on both cars in practice. Okay, so he is looking pretty happy with a few things out there, so that's a good start. To do with a bit more, maybe go a bit more low speed is good. His handling is okay, so I think we'll stiffen him up slightly, give a balance, and then maybe just go slightly higher on the top speed. Again, send him out. We'll just go like that, and out you go, mate. Same tyres again. And we've got some actual rain coming in on this practice session. I wasn't paying that much attention to the weather, so this should be fine. We've only got a couple more minutes of this practice, and then we'll see how it goes. So might let us leave. Okay, so he's not happy with the ballast chain, so let's just bring him in straight away, see if we can find a bit better. Straight up. Alright, so Casino's happy with the handling changes. His cornering is now poor, so that's interesting. I think we went a bit too far with that. He did say he wanted more high speed, so I'm going to try and just see. No, see, it's going the wrong way. It's definitely going. I need to. He was there. I don't know what he wants, to be honest. He was okay there. He said he wanted more high speed, so I feel like we should be going there. Let's change the suspension, get that back to as close as possible as what it was. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see that. And 4 laps. Let's go 8. And oh, there is some rain out there, so we'll send you out some intermediates and just go out and do it. Only going to get a lap or 2 in and see how you go. Okay, so speed balance is feeling much worse on him. So we'll maybe revert that back to what he was previously. Anyway, qualifying session, practice session is just about finished, so your changes haven't worked. Alright, so he's still not happy with the ballast, but that's the end of practice. He's happy with the handling. Alright, and that's 27 cars to finish, so here they come. Last couple cars over the line now. And at last. That's what I sort of expected, to be honest, so look at this little lake. It's kind of cute. Couple of boats just sailing around it. Alright, so let's have a look at the car setups. Oh, yep, okay, so let's I think we go with that one, and then you change your gearing to be slightly shorter. because that's where you're great with the gearing, and you definitely want it. I'm surprised. You said you wanted more high-speed cornering. You said you had too much low speed, but that's all right. There you go. That's what you get. Now, qualifying's looking dry at the moment, but we can only see a couple minutes. So I'm going to send them out on the Ultras. And you're fine. Both are on the Ultras. Knowledge, so... that's interesting. It doesn't give me the option to choose the race trim. Guessing because it's only actually in race. Alright, so let's take the qualifying session. Qualifying 1, send you out. You're happy with that. Tyre choice, go for it. Let's get out there. And same thing with you, tyre choice. Alright, beautiful. Get out there, boys. See what we can do. If we can make it through Q1 without getting eliminated, that would be a nice. So, this is interesting. Haven't seen this one before. We actually got some, oh, wow, okay. Alright, well, both of them are overheating the hell out of their stuff right now, so each tire temperature perfect. Alright, let's see what you guys got for me. Fingers crossed we can make it into the top 15. Whoever that is, that's going fast. Alright. So we are 4th and 5th, dropping fast, as we expected. Oh, wow. Dropping very fast, to be honest. Alright. I'm going to give it a couple minutes, seconds. I don't honestly think... Yeah. We're not making it out of Q1. Here comes the rain. We're definitely not going faster, so... That's that. We are starting dead last with both of our cars, so all we can do is go forward in the race. Alright, so that's the end of qualifying. Starting 19th and 20th for the race at the moment, so... I wonder, do we actually have to watch the other qualifying sessions, even if we didn't make it out? So, we'll find out in a second anyway. Anyway, plenty of cars made it out. Both of our cars and both Ockham and Marti's cars are out. Yuma has lost one of their cars in the first lot of qualifying. So, we're just going to simulate both sessions. And see where everyone ends up. Don't hold much interest in what goes on in these qualifying sessions. So that's one qualifying session done. Hit continue. Another handful of drivers have been eliminated. And we'll simulate the next session. Top 10 shootout. It looks like it's a... let's try. There you go. A couple guys just got some really slow laps for some reason, so that's interesting. Anyway, that's qualifying done and dusted. Let's go out there and get racing. Alright, here we go. So, time for getting into race trim. Car setups, they're okay at the moment. The cornering is okay. We could make some changes to the setup again, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. We'll get a push on initially, get high engine mode and a push, and let's start the race. I'm just going to be fast forwarding this mostly because I want to get on to the next race and get out there and build my factory in other parts. So speed you guys up and see what we got. Oh, Casino's off to a good start. Oh, Leanne's taking that spot away from him. And having a good clean racing between the teammates, so that's nice. Let's keep an eye on this weather. Because we don't have the weather forecasting centre, we've got to keep a close eye on that weather. It will come in quickly. Nothing on the horizon yet. We will have to make a stop for fuel. Have 15 laps remaining. Oh, here we go. Hayden's made a move. Oh, he's gone for 16th. Trying to get his position off Lindsay. He's done it. Nice move, mate. Nice move. You may have just secured your job for another week. He's pushing on. Oh, he's... Oh my goodness. Yep, you did. You broke it good and proper, mate. You broke it good and proper. First race blues with a brand new racing team. There's always going to be issues with these things. So, Casino's still going strong. These tyres are looking a little worse for wear. So, we'll turn your tyres for a bit. I want to make a few more laps. Fuel load before we pit, so that hopefully I can make it all the way to the end on the ultras. So I don't think not much hope for any good positions. Alright, let's hit that pit button. Let's get you some fresh super softs. Fill you up. 11 laps, so we'll do that. Park conditions are all looking fine. I'm not going to recharge the battery. There you go. That's a new one. We'll just go with a balanced pit stop. So continue. Oh yeah. See what happens with that. We are going to be on 10 laps to go when he gets across the line. And into the pit you go. Medium and neutral, and let's see what we got. He is second last. Alright, so it's going to be a very disappointing first race. 10 laps to go. Oh, there is rain on the horizon. If I had known that, I would have started on the ultras, the supers, sorry, in the hopes of getting to the rain without hitting. Could have snuck in a few extra spots. He's making up some spots, and people are pitting as it is, so I'm curious to see if anyone puts on. Yep, here we go. All the leaders are going on to intermediates. The other guys that knew the rain was coming with the forecasting centre. Alright, we'll hit pit. We'll come in. Fuel. There'll be 7 laps. We've got plenty of fuel. Park conditions, all fine. I'm not going to recharge the battery. Surging the battery can cause it to overcharge, disabling it for the rest of the race. Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's actually quite interesting. So we were in 14th, just we're in 13th I should say, we'll drop down to 14th. He's going to come into the pits. Get some fresh intermediate tyres on. Hopefully get all the way to the end of the race and that. A bit of excess fuel, so we're going to push on for the moment. potential of making up a few more spots. That's 14. These guys all out here, they haven't pitted yet. They're going to be struggling in these conditions, I reckon. What sort of times they're doing? Yeah, they're 2 to 3 seconds a lap slow at the moment. And they've all come into the pits. Oh, someone retired as well, so that's a few more spots. Oh, we potentially get the top 10 here. Hitting right as the rain started has helped a fair bit. 3 laps to go. Oh, there's that tyre that's broken. Made up any more positions? No, so still in 10th. No, you cannot come in for wets, mate. You are out there on what you are given, and you will deal with it. And love every moment of it. You're actually faster than the guy in front of you on wets, although the guy behind you is on wets now. And your suspension is broken because it's cheap and nasty suspension. We've only got 2 more laps to go. He has lost a spot. Oh, the suspension is hurting. And the lockup didn't help either. But, I mean, I don't expect miracles from these guys. Especially with this car at the moment. It's not going to be all that crash hot. And, oh, we got a spot back. Someone was in the pits. So back in 10. This is the final lap. Oh, there's some cars coming through. Who is that behind? That is P11. That is for position. And oh, what a move. Oh, we just dropped 2 spots then. So now we are officially on the final lap. Can we stay in 12th? That'll be the question. And we've got a lot of cars building up behind us, and they're racing hard, slowing each other down, so that's a good thing for us. 13th is pushing on. And that's fuel. Come on, buddy. Come on, Casino. Oh, they're all 3 of them are behind us, and someone's got technical dramas in amongst the group too. And he's held on for 12th. Woo! All right. So, P12? Dude, that's honestly amazing in my books, considering the what your teammate did. Lane was absolutely horrendous. Alright, so we really, if we had the forecasting center, I would have extended out those, swapped out, gone super softs to start with, tried to drag them out, and did the one-stop strategy. As some of the leaders did. Possibly could have gotten us a spot or 2, but that's alright. And no rules broken, so that's good. A whole whopping 10 points. So where's that put us overall? In 9th place, actually. So I was expecting a dead last, but that's not too shabby. And anyway, so that's the end of race number 1. We might save it up here, and hope you guys enjoy. If you do, hit that like and subscribe button, and I will put out some more episodes of Motorsport Manager shortly.